which was spelled M-O-N-K-E-Y-S, until the marketing and branding people at Screen Gems said, well, then you can't copyright it and trademark it. So that's when they changed it.
I never knew that.
And my character in that script was named, I think, Carl or something, or Joe, or, yeah. Let's see what else I have some pretty nice stuff. I have my original black drum set from the '67 tour, from the first tour. I don't have the gold Gretsch set. I left it in my house when I moved, because I didn't think I'd ever need it. I did, I left it in the basement. I was moving and I was like, what am I gonna do with this old drum set? I got 5 drum sets, you know. So the original gold Gretsch set that was on the show, I don't know where that is, but I just found actually a very cool a piece. I was going through some old drum equipment and I have a storage space and all this stuff, and I still have, like I say, the Boston. Yes, line of B.B. King's for any of you that were at that show. And, but no, I don't necessarily have a goal. There's people that approach me all the time. One person has approached about doing a standards sort of album, and somebody else said, why don't you do a Harry Nilsson CD? That'd be kind of cool. Dolan's does Nilsson. In fact, that was going to be the original name for the King for a Day album, is Dolan's Does King, but Montage. My wife said, I don't think so.
I'm going to do 2 more here and then I'll move out, okay?
I just had a comment more than a question. I just wanted to thank you so much for coming here and coming to the convention, because everyone has come from far away, other continents, to come and see you, and if people don't say thank you enough, we just wanted to say thank you.
Well, thank you too. We wouldn't have had much of a convention if it wasn't for you guys. And I must say, I got to thank everybody that's been involved in this. It's just come out really, really great. I've been having a great time. I hope you have. For the first one, you know, I mean, it's the first one, maybe of many, who knows. And of course, yeah, and of course, you know, we know that what certainly helped prompt, you know, the whole thing was, you know, David's, the celebration of David and all that he brought to the Monkees. And to life, and to all of us, you know, it's still, I'm not sure it still has totally sunk in, you know, that even though it's a year ago, it's still there with me every single day. We went back a long, long way. In the original auditions, basically, and I'll be honest with you, David's the only other actor I remember from the auditions. You know, there was an awful lot of guys, you know, trying out for the show. And for some reason, right from the day one, the get-go, you know, when there was still 16 or, you know, 20, I don't remember how many guys still in the screen tests. It wasn't like American Idol. It was not at all. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a sound stage with a bunch of sweaty electricians. But David and I just hit it off, and I think producers noticed that, because that's why they put us together in different configurations. I think also the fact that he'd done theater, he'd been on Broadway, he'd been a child star. I had done Circus Boy, I had been a child star, so there was a connection there, obviously. And right from the get-go, you know, we hit it off, and the timing and the comedy and the shtick and the stuff, you know. So anyway, are the girls here? Are they not? Okay. Anyway, it's wonderful for all of you to be supporting this And what can I say, you know, supporting the Monkees and me and David and everything for so many years, some of you for, you don't even want to know. And so many new fans, so many second and third generation. No accounting for taste. So it's not true that Mike, you know, didn't want to join the band. It's that he has his own path, and always has, and all of us have to some degree. You know, I remember one year I couldn't go out on tour with the Monkees. I can't remember what year it was, but because I was in England. Doing, I think it was in, no, where was it? Maybe I was doing Aida, or I can't remember exactly, but we were supposed to tour, and I couldn't because I wasn't available. And the same with David and Peter, you know, sometimes you're available, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't, but in Mike's case, no, he just, basically, he must have been asked over the years many times to go out as a solo, and he certainly was always welcome in our show, but, you know, he just chose not to. And this last tour was, you know, thanks to many of you, was very successful, and a wonderful show, a great tribute and homage to David during the show, and who knows, we may be coming to your town.
Wait, I need to follow up, because, you know, I'm not ashamed to ask questions. In people's minds, Mike didn't tour before, maybe because of Davey. Is there any truth to that? That Mike didn't go on the tours before because of Davey?
No, absolutely not. No, Mike, you know, he would have toured solo if he wanted to tour. He would have started a new group. He would have gone out and done all kinds of stuff. He just wasn't into it. He told me at that show with the Watkins family, you know, he said, I think I may go out and sing. I think people like my songs. And I'm like, no shit. You know.
Hold off, please. So that was a great memory. We know where you were the first time you heard Monkees record on. Where were you when you heard about Davey?
Yeah, of course. I was in New York. And I was in New York rehearsing for a workshop for a new musical, as a matter of fact, that they were trying to sell. And it was my wife. She called me and said, "You're not going to believe it." And I didn't believe it. And then, of course, I turned on the news, and it is true. And I don't remember a whole lot about that week. You know, I had to do this workshop, but also it was a whirlwind of shows, you know, and I thought it was probably, I thought at first it was a hoax, and, you know, it happens, and, but then obviously it wasn't, and then all of a sudden I'm doing Piers Morgan, and I'm doing this and that, and all these shows, and it was just a, sort of a haze, you know, just a dull haze. Like I say, even to this day, I'm like, really? Yeah. Take care of yourself.
I think some gals over here want to come up and say hello. Let's never overdo it. We never overdo it. Let's bring our ladies up one more time. I wrote something in the program book that I always envision you and David being 80 or 90 years old and coming out on the stage and singing You and I together to each other. Because I always saw that as a love story, not to a girl, but to each other.
I'll tell you what I'm listening to a lot at the moment, and that's Bob Marley. And I think I watched a fantastic documentary. I don't know whether any of you have seen it, about his life and career. And since I watched that, it really stuck with me. And touring with you guys was a huge inspiration for me to get into music myself, obviously. The band, you know, Viva and Jimmy and Lofi, Jerry are huge inspirations to me in my career. And that's me. What are you?
Well, I too am a big fan of Bluebell. And my kids what? Lady in the Lost Boys. Yeah. Right. Well, even more so, Bluebell. That's her band. Yes. And my kids in the car every day, no joke. Let's listen to Auntie Annie. Let's listen to Auntie Annie. And I'm like, okay. One more time. So we listen to Auntie Annie quite a bit, but we also do Friday night dance party at our house. And we put on the Sonos, and we just kind of have a kind of running list of...
I think that does it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can stand up. The Baby Joseph's daughters and the one and only Mickey Dolenz. Mickey, thank you from not just the producers, but all my fellow fans for being part of the convention and being just as great as you've been all these years.
All done out of love. And I think that's why all of you came out here, because you all have the same passion that we have. And we have a really great team that came together, and we hope that we made you proud and that we met your expectations. Thank you. And I want Charles just to say goodnight. If you don't see pictures on Facebook tomorrow, it's because we're sleeping. So don't even send me a message on my personal page saying, Judy, where are all the pictures? Because I'm not going to be nice tomorrow. Maybe Tuesday I'll have the pictures up. And please make sure all of you share whatever video, whatever pictures you have. Please tag the Monkees Convention website in there. We also had an amazing staff here this week.